What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I'm going to be breaking down the LMGs in Call of Duty Ghosts. Then, a little bit closer to the end of the video, I'll tell you guys what I consider to be the best LMG in the game. If you're interested in the stats of the other weapons, make sure you have a look at my channel. I've already uploaded stats for the Marksman rifles, the assault rifles, and the SMGs in Call of Duty Ghosts. And I hope to have the shotguns and snipers uploaded within the next week. So quick thing to mention before we get into it, these stats were all collected at launch time by me personally, but I did refer to a stat chart that was put together by somebody else last week sometime, and I will link that in the description, but keep in mind, like I've said in my other weapon breakdown videos, the stats on that chart are not all accurate and some of them are actually completely wrong, so don't rely on it 100%. So let's start it off with bullets to kill. The first number is the number of bullets it takes to kill up close, and the second number is the number of bullets it takes to kill at long range. And with the LMGs, keep in mind that their range doesn't drop off for quite a long ways, so the maximum damage actually reaches out quite far. So as you can see, the Amelie and the M27 both come out on top. The Amelie kills in just 2 shots up close, and the M27 kills in 3 bullets at any range. Moving on to the rate of fire, the 2 LMGs that come out on top in this category are the LSAT and the Chainsaw, with right around 730 rounds per minute. So next, let's combine the bullets to kill and rate of fire to get our time to kill. And as you can see, the Amelie, since it only kills in 2 shots up close, kills extremely fast up close in 0.099 seconds, which is unbelievably fast when you compare it to the other LMGs. So it comes out on top there, and then the M27, since it kills in 3 bullets at all ranges, it's got a very consistent time to kill that's quite fast as well. For the time it takes to aim down sight for these weapons, all of the LMGs aim down sight in 0.35 seconds. Even the Chainsaw, which I know you can't aim down sight completely, but you can aim down sight to an extent, which just tightens up your hip fire spread. And that also aims down sight at 0.35 seconds. And it's also interesting to point out that this is just a little bit slower than the assault rifles, so it's not much slower than the assault rifles. As for the reload times, the M27 actually reloads more than a full second faster than all of the other LMGs, which is pretty amazing. All of the other LMGs take around 5 to 6 seconds to reload, and that is a long time to reload in this game. And it's also worth mentioning that this is with reload cancelling in mind, so it's when the animation starts to when the bullets appear in the gun and are actually ready to use. I don't calculate that extra animation at the end of a reload that can be cancelled out. So next up we have the magazine sizes, and as you can see, all of the LMGs have a magazine size of 100 rounds, except for the Chainsaw, which has a magazine size of 80 rounds. So now that we have all the numbers done, let's look at the recoil comparison for these LMGs. Keep in mind that this is shooting 100 rounds into the wall, so the odd stray bullet here and there really isn't a big deal, and it shouldn't really be considered too much when looking at these recoil comparisons. So the Amelie actually has pretty good accuracy. There are a few stray bullets here and there, but overall the grouping is quite tight and it's a fairly accurate gun. As for the M27, this is the most accurate LMG and it's like a laser beam. It shoots a very tight grouping. That's a full 100 rounds in a very small area, so it is definitely the most accurate LMG. The LSAT is actually the least accurate LMG, but it's really not too bad. You might struggle a little bit at the really long ranges, but other than that, it's pretty predictable, pretty controllable. The Chainsaw is actually surprisingly accurate when you use this somewhat aim down sight function. I'm not going to call it completely aiming down sight, because you can just tighten that hip thread a little bit. And it's actually quite accurate. It stays within that circle, and most of the bullets go towards the middle, and some of them go around the outside. Alright, so now that we've looked at the recoil, let's look at the individual characteristics of each of these guns. And really the only one with a unique characteristic is the Chainsaw, obviously. Like I've said a few times already in this video, you can't aim down sight completely with it. You can just slightly tighten up the hip spread a little bit. And in the game it says it has an integrated laser sight for increased hip fire, which is the case. It does have better hip fire than the other LMGs, but you can't aim down sight, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so now that we've seen all the stats, it's time to make a decision. What is the best LMG in Call of Duty Ghosts? But before I do that, once again, just quick reminder to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. So the best LMG, in my opinion, is the M27. It's so accurate, it reloads so much faster than all of the LMGs, and it kills in just 3 shots at all ranges. It beats all of the other LMGs in so many categories that it just has to be number 1. The other LMGs aren't bad, but in my mind, the M27 comes out on top by far. So that's all I have for this video. If you guys haven't seen the other weapon breakdowns, make sure you check those videos out. I'll have links down in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.